Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. We're hearing our first new Kate news in a while. An insider shared with In Touch, William advises the children to keep the noise down and avoid overly rowdy behaviour. Louis sometimes forgets he should be gentle, added the source. It's hardly surprising behaviour for a 5-year-old, right? Kate is believed to be back in the comfort of her own home in the company of her loved ones and familiar surroundings. Though the hospital staff were exceptional, providing top-notch care, there's no place like home. A source told Life and Style, William is constantly propping up cushions and offering her back rubs, so much so that Kate has had to scold him to leave her in peace. They're all going overboard to make sure she feels comfortable. The house is filled with Kate's favourite flowers, comfy blankets and pillows, and her go-to snacks. The family is just incredibly happy to have her back home at Adelaide Cottage. The source added that the children are being helpful. They have been telling Kate stories, bringing tea and making her soup. Charlotte even arranged a spa day. She needs to rest, but Kate doesn't have the heart to turn them away. There have been some positives, though. Kate's seen a side of her husband she'd never seen before. She's impressed with his take-charge attitude during this ordeal and has rated his caretaker skills as a 10 out of 10. William admitted he didn't realize how much she did for the family. Kate's health scare, while nerve-wracking, has brought them so much closer together as a couple and as a family. A source suggested to Us Weekly that Kate is open to the notion of making up with Meghan. According to the source, Kate is open to reconciling, though with Harry more so than Meghan. She still has some hurt feelings over what Meghan did to her and Charlotte. There is work to do, but she's willing to move forward. We're seeing more chatter about the notion of a soft regency. Royal expert Kelly Swaby describes the likely scenario, a concept where the heir apparent undertakes significant royal responsibilities without an official declaration of regency. Speaking to Nine Honey, Swaby explained, this soft regency means Prince William may assume many of the king's ceremonial roles informally, mirroring the adjustments made during Queen Elizabeth II's later years due to her mobility issues. Reflecting on the Queen's final years, Swaby notes that the visible leadership role then Prince Charles assumed, suggesting a similar pattern may emerge with Prince William, albeit without formalising a regency. The Queen remained the ultimate authority, yet Charles managed day-to-day royal activities. We're likely to see Prince William in a comparable position, she adds. Prince William, as a Councillor of State, is equipped to perform specific sovereign duties, including presiding over the opening of Parliament, alongside other councillors of state. Swaby believes that this arrangement, though not an official regency, represents a significant elevation from William's current role as Councillor of State. This setup could notably alleviate the burdens on King Charles, allowing him the necessary respite for his recovery. The soft regency could offer the king the space to heal without the immense pressures of sovereignty. That said, a royal expert has suggested that the significance of King Charles' cancer diagnosis might have been less pronounced in any other year. With a general election expected later in 2024, where the winning party will need to form a government in His Majesty's name, the timing brings unique challenges. William can engage in a wide range of duties on behalf of the king, from meeting with dignitaries and diplomats to representing him on state visits. However, he cannot appoint a prime minister, royal historian Kelly Swaby explained to Nine Honey. There are specific tasks, including chairing the Privy Council, signing bills into law, and dissolving Parliament, that only the sovereign can perform. With an election year upon us, these responsibilities are particularly critical. The historian also highlighted that while a regent, typically the heir to the throne, can assume these roles for the monarch, doing so requires a formal process. A regent has the authority to perform these duties because they are specifically empowered to do so, Swaby clarified. However, declaring a regency and appointing Prince William to that role would necessitate a decision from a panel, including Queen Camilla, to declare King Charles unable to fulfill his duties as monarch. Regardless, expect William to be more visible, because he has to. Royal insider Deep Crown observes, whereas Harry seems to have sidestepped every lesson from Elizabeth, William grasps the essence of monarchy. Visibility is paramount. Kate will understand this too. William knows being in the public eye isn't optional. It's the very fabric of their duty. There truly is no alternative. Palace Intrigue will be right back. In the Daily Mail, Sarah Vine writes about Harry and Meghan. Anything the pair try to do independently of their royal status falls flat, as evidenced by the lukewarm reception to the Duchess's podcasts, her dreary children's book, and the fact that Spotify dropped them from their $20 million deal. What was it that a Spotify executive called them? Grifters. Those corporate guys don't normally break cover like that unless things are really bad. The awful truth the Duke and Duchess now face is that their principal currency, their glittering royal status, is an ever-diminishing asset. And they have ill-advisedly squandered it via their persistent and vicious attacks on the very institution that confers any sort of cachet upon them. Without it, let's be honest, Prince Harry is just a balding, not terribly bright ex-soldier with daddy issues. Meghan is just a moderately pretty, distinctly mediocre ex-actress, also with daddy issues. I'm certain that if the late Queen Elizabeth II had realised they were going to pull a stunt like this, she would have taken away their Sussex titles, as well as divesting them to the right to call themselves HRH. Much as it would have pained her, she was never shy of doing the right thing. And if there was one thing she took very seriously, it was the reputation of the institution she dedicated her whole life to safeguarding. Royal expert Angela Levin apparently agrees, telling The Sun, they're setting themselves up as a freelance royal family available for the highest offer. They're taking a huge step back from the royal family. It's disgraceful. Of course, it's a terrible snub to the late Queen and Prince Philip. She insisted the couple did not use their royal names to make money, and Harry agreed. They're absolutely untrustworthy. I don't believe all this about how it's lovely the family have their own name. Sussex is a title, not a name. They're cashing in on their titles. It's all they think about. They've been making money by attacking the royal family, and now they've done this. It's ghastly. I don't know if they'll formally change the birth certificates, but I'm sure they'll get whatever it is they want. They'll find the lawyers to help them do that. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It all helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.